At this time, I would love to invite any children to come forward and join me on the chancel steps, but I'm going to sit over here on this stool while you do that. So come on up and don't forget the Make a Joyful Noise pail. And if you forgot change, I've got some for the pail right here. Awesome. Come on up. Welcome, welcome. Everyone's welcome. Come on up. Got plenty of friends. Come on up, friends. You're going to want to sit over here if you can, I think. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you all. Hello, friends. Come on up. Quinn, I love your jacket a lot. All right. Got it? Awesome. Okay. So, I know you know this, but you're going to have to help me remember, all right? So we are in a season. Do you remember what it's called? Yeah. It is Christmas season for sure. What else? Advent season, yes. So for 4 weeks, we celebrate Advent in the church, and we change our colors to blue, and we focus on really specific things. So do you remember what Advent means? This might be a little trickier question. Do you know what Advent means? You can take a guess if you want, yeah. Yes, waiting for Jesus to be born. So it is an expectation. So let me ask you this. Are you excited for Christmas? Yeah? So, do you wish it was already here? Yeah. It's kind of like that. The kind of waiting that we're talking about is the waiting that you feel inside now that school is over and Christmas Eve is getting closer and you're getting more and more excited for something. That's it. That's what we are doing. We're waiting with that kind of waiting. So what are we waiting for? Yes, Christ's birthday. So we're waiting for that big day. We're waiting for some giant celebration, for an arrival. So in preparation, we do these 4 Sundays of Advent. And each of those Sundays has a word that focuses us, that helps us think about certain things. And you're really going to have to help me now. So we're going to try to recapture the first 3. Do you remember what the word was on our first Sunday of Advent? Not yet. Keep that one. Hope was very first. Second week, do you remember what it was? Peace is correct. Peace is our second week. You're doing better than most of the people out there, I'm going to guess. And the third week, do you remember? Joy. Yes, absolutely. Joy, different than happiness, deeper than happiness, joy. Now, Quinn, today's word, it's the biggest word. It's only 4 letters long, but it's the biggest word we've got. What is it? Love. Love. So here's my big question for you today. What does love look like? What would you say? Like, you don't have an answer? It's fair. Quinn. It looks like when she gets back from summer camp and she hugs her mom. What does love look like? Yeah. So after you've been gone to a really long camp out and you come home to your family or pets, that's what love looks like. What does love look like? Love greets me at the door every day when I come home from my work or wherever I've been, or maybe just out to get the mail. And it's brown and furry and stands at the door and wags its entire body to say hello. Yes, my dog, yeah. What does love look like? Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to explain. Look out there. Look up there. Love looks like when you've been on a long trip and you hug your dog. Yeah. What does love look like? Showing kindness. That's what love looks like. When your dog gives you little kisses. Sometimes I think love looks like a letter. Not a letter of the alphabet, but like a love letter or a note that you give to somebody. Sometimes that's what love looks like. Sometimes I think love looks like a poem or poetry. There's a really famous one, and it says, "Let me count the ways." You all know that one, probably. I think sometimes love looks like a story. Once upon a time, or in the beginning. I think sometimes love looks like a song. And we just sang one that said this: love has come, a light in the darkness. I think love's found in all of these things, and I think love sometimes is even found in a person. Yeah, Jesus, whose birth we're about to celebrate, but also in you. So look at your friends. Sometimes that's what love looks like. And sometimes love takes the shape of a really beautiful piece of art that looks or sounds amazing, like a gospel written to tell people the good news, or a painting that tells a story, like this one from Kelly Lattimore, or the one that's on the cover of your bulletins. It's called Mary's Song by Laura Wright Pittman. Sometimes I think love looks like a piece of music that expresses new ideas in the forms of words and notes. So today, we have the opportunity to hear a really special piece of music called A Ceremony of Carols. And it was written as a labor of love by a really amazing man named Benjamin Britten during one of the most difficult times in the world's history, World War II. And it was written when he was on a ship traveling across really treacherous waters, not even sure he was going to make it. And he was writing to mostly pass the time, mostly to solve his boredom. But he was also writing to speak about an amazing, miraculous birth, a birth that was love in flesh and bones, love in the person of Jesus, a birth that would change the world. So I'm going to use 3 more words about love. Sometimes love is disruption. It's when one thing ends and another thing begins. Sometimes love is revelation. It's a brand new idea or a new way to think about things or a new way to be in the world. Sometimes love is human and divine. We call that incarnation. They come together. Sometimes love looks like you. Sometimes love looks like me. Jesus, born again and again in us and through us. So yeah, sometimes love looks like a letter you write, a poem you create, the story you share, a song you sing, the person that you are, and a verse that you would add. So I want to end with this. I want to end with this poem by Walt Whitman. O me, O life, of these questions, of these reoccurring, of the endless trains of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish, of myself forever reproaching myself, for who more foolish than I, who more faithless, of eyes that vainly crave the light, of choice objects mean, of the struggle ever renewed, of the poor results of all of the plotting of sordid crowds I see around me, of the empty and useless years of the rest, with the rest me intertwined. The question, O me, so sad reoccurring, what good amidst these, O me, O life? Answer, that you are here, that life exists and identity, that the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. That the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. So friends, may our verse, like Mary's song, be a verse of love.